people will let you know why you went viral. People will comment, will let you know. And sometimes it's like, oh, I didn't even, notice that.
Welcome to Honest Ecommerce, a podcast dedicated to cutting through the BS and finding actionable advice for online store owners. I'm your host, Chase Klimau, and I believe running a direct-to-consumer brand does not have to be complicated or a guessing game. On this podcast, we interview founders and experts who are putting in the work and creating real results. I also share my own insights from running our top Shopify consultancy, Electric Eye. We cut the fluff in favor of facts to help you grow your e-commerce business. Let's get on with the show. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Honest Ecommerce. Today, I'm welcomed by an amazing entrepreneur right here from Columbus, Ohio. Alesia is the CEO and founder of Heart Printed. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Chase. I'm excited to share the story behind Heart Printed.
Absolutely. And I'm excited to dive in. So quickly, before we kind of get into the story, what is Heart Printed? Like what types of products are you guys selling? What's the business?
So essentially, Heart Printed is a printing and gifting service. So I offer you can go and upload pictures that you like or artwork that you like, and I'm pretty much going to make magnets out of them. And I have an example. I actually brought some examples for you to show. So this is like literally just little cute little magnets, and you get a set of 9 of them, and I'll tell you why it's set of 9 later.
Absolutely. So everyone, what are those, like 2.5, 3 inches by 3 inches?
The size I work with is 2 by 2 inch. Yes,
absolutely.
They can be made in like bigger sizes, but this is my favorite one.
They're refrigerator magnets most of the time.
They will stick to anything metal. Yeah, the doors, even the fire door, the back door, garage doors, front doors, if they're metal, they will stick to those as well.
Awesome. All right. Now take me back in time. Where did the idea for this business come from?
So the idea was born in 2012. If you remember that time, Instagram was brand new. It was maybe 1-2 years out. At that point, it only was square pictures. We had no reels. We had no ads. We had no stories. I don't think you could even upload a photo of any other size rather than square. So, and this was a brand new social media. You could see pictures of your friends in a chronological order. And I was obsessed with Instagram because there were no wording or anything like that, just like photos of your friends. And I remember back then I lived in Belarus, which is my home country, Eastern Europe. And I remember, as it was yesterday, I was standing in front of my fridge, and we had at the point 6x4 printed out pictures of my family and friends, pinned to the fridge with little magnets. And I thought, wouldn't that be cool to have an Instagram feed on your fridge out of those Instagram photos in the same size, just square little cute magnets as a feed. And I had friends that were in sort of like a printing service at the moment. They were running, we were working on the events, with like photo booths. So they knew something about this business, and I ran this idea by them, and they said, it's easy. It's easy peasy. We can make it, get it done. So, we began developing the product, and at the same time, I moved to the States in 2013. So right after that, I moved to the States while they were developing the product on their side in Belarus. I was working on the marketing part, on setting up LLC, on learning the language. I came here with little English skills. So it was like a whole different story. And we launched the business in 2014. We launched the first version of the initial product, which was not this magnet that I showed you, but it was, the vinyl magnets that are flexible ones, the ones that you get from like schools when there's this picture day at school and they would send you like a magnets, or
they're also super weak.
So that was the whole, they are very weak. So the whole idea was just displaying. So we just wanted to display the photos. Didn't have anything, behind like the functionality of the product. So, so that's what that's when it's launched. But we had to figure out the whole marketing part of it. And at the point, like I told you, Instagram didn't even have paid ads, didn't have anything. We didn't know the Instagram the same way it is, it today. So what I figure out is we can reach out to big accounts, like with million followers, and pay them for a shout out. So it's called shout. I don't know if this term is being used today, but it used to be called shout out. So basically we found a few accounts, and they were running, like they had different kinds of content they were creating, not related to magnets at all, but we would pay them somewhere between $500 to $1,500 dollars per post, and it would generate around $5,000 to $10,000 in sales right away. So we would make like 2 to 3 posts a day with those accounts. And, it was insane. Those magnets were, like I said, vinyl. They were $14.99, and we were shipping them worldwide for free. It was a free worldwide shipping. And in the first 6 months, we generated $500,000 in sales just by selling photo magnets. But the dark day came when Instagram changed their algorithm, which was, I think it was, for a lot, not only for us as business owners, it was a pretty big deal, but for people, for just like normal users, what they did, they stopped showing chronological order in your feed. So basically our shout outs were not showing to people anymore. And at the point we had huge overhead. We had people working. Oh my God, the team was pretty big. We had people working on the magnets. We had people working in social for customer support, doing customer support. So we were just like burning through what we made in the first 6 months. And then because we had problems with like figuring out a different niche for marketing, because we had other issues with, shipping. Again, the quality wasn't there. So we had to shut this business down, I believe in 2015, and I had a newborn baby at the moment. So that was the first, how it was born, how it was launched. And that was the first year of this business.
And then how long of a break did you take between the first iteration and returning to the business?
I believe so. I had a baby. And then I never stopped in between. I never stopped doing at least something. I was so into Etsy. I was like selling, baby socks there with like printed names of the babies. So it was a customized item. I was selling, oh my God, I had a linen store. I had hoodies, high quality hoodies. I tried so much, but I always wanted to go back to magnets. I knew that I would have to do it by myself because I wanted to keep production here in the States. I wanted to do it myself. And I knew based on the mistakes that we already made, I didn't want to repeat them. I just knew that it's just me and myself and I'm going to try it. So probably in 2 years after that, I forgot to mention that when we shut the business down, we did have, because I did work with my friends. They were my friends. They still are. So we had an agreement that if we ever decide to relaunch the business, we can do that with no hard feelings. Their side kept all the equipment, which was very, very expensive equipment. And all I asked for was Instagram account. So we didn't use the name anymore. I just wanted the Instagram account and the opportunity to relaunch the business in case if I wanted to. So about 2 years or a year, it's hard to remember. I started to test or look into other options for the photo magnet. So I was looking at maybe different quality, maybe I can produce something myself, but maybe I don't need the heavy duty equipment. And I found, which basically is basically a pin, the pins that you put on your clothing, on your backpacks. So it is a square, like if you look at it, it is a square pin. It's the same quality as the pin. It's just on the back, it's a magnet. So I found the best equipment that I thought produced the best quality. I did so much testing with like photo papers, with photo quality. And we launched the business maybe, I think, around 2015. Well, no, not 2015, 2017. 2017, yes. 2015 is when we shut it down. 2017 is when I relaunched. And what I did, I opened my store on Etsy. So I didn't drive traffic to my website or anything. I was just selling through Etsy. And I didn't put a lot of effort. I just took a few pictures, posted them, and they started selling. So, and I didn't, over the years, up until last summer, I didn't put a lot in this business. I still use the same pictures. I never updated my Etsy store, and it's always did pretty good. It always had great holiday sales. I've always been busy. So I started driving traffic to my website only last summer.
Hey, Shopify store owners. Have you ever wondered if your store is leaving money on the table? Imagine increasing sales without spending more money on ads. Sounds too good to be true. Well, it's not. I'd like to introduce you to Store Tester. Store Tester is a done-for-you conversion rate optimization service for Shopify merchants. Could your store benefit from increased conversion rates, higher average order values, and improved revenue per visitor? Store Tester could be the perfect partner for you. From ideation to implementation, this full-service A/B testing service takes all of the guesswork out of improving Shopify stores. Store Tester does all the work for you while offering month-to-month transparent fixed pricing. It gets even better. They believe in their service so much, they're offering the first test for free for qualified merchants. Let me repeat. The first test is free for qualified merchants. Curious to see if you qualify for a free test? Reach out today. Visit storetester.com to schedule an intro call. That's www.storetester.com. Schedule an intro call today to see if you qualify for a free test. Hey everybody, today's podcast is brought to you by Intelligems, the ultimate profit optimization tool for Shopify merchants. I'm telling you this, obviously you know I own an agency. We use Intelligems when we're running split testing and CRO stuff for all of our clients. Are you looking to maximize your profits? Intelligems offers data-driven solutions to optimize your content, prices, discounts, and shipping rates. Join over 500 happy clients who have seen significant improvements. With Intelligems, you gain control over your e-commerce economics, boosting your profit per visitor by an astonishing 36%. But that's not all. Intelligems users report a 54.62 increase in revenue per visitor and a remarkable rise in conversion rates. How does Intelligems do it? Through a suite of tools that allows you to A/B test everything on your Shopify store, from landing pages to product prices and shipping rates. Imagine testing new layouts, offers, even a new Shopify theme with ease. We're testing a new landing page for our client on a new theme versus an old landing page on their old theme right now. Intelligems empowers you to find the perfect price point for your products and optimize your shipping strategy. But there's more. Boost your average order value with customized campaign offers and discover if your customers prefer free shipping or a lower list price. With over $100 million in incremental profit generated, they have over 1.5 billion transactions ran through their software. They have over 400 million shoppers that have gone through their test. Intelligems is not a tool, it's a game changer for your business. Are you ready to transform your Shopify store's profitability? Book a demo today at intelligems.io. Empower your brand to reach new heights. Again, that's Intelligems, giving superpowers to your customer acquisition, retention, and overall profitability. Absolutely. And that's what I definitely want to kind of open up a little bit and share with the audience, because you and I met for coffee a little bit ago, and you shared some of the insights of how you were driving traffic to your own website versus capitalizing on kind of the built-in traffic of a marketplace like Etsy. So what was kind of some of those challenges getting customers and getting eyes onto the product on the .com versus kind of just what happened with Etsy?
Everything was automated. 4 years ago, I upgraded manual machines that I used to press magnets manually. I upgraded them to heavy duty industrial equipment. Etsy was working just fine. It was generating sales for me. I was working with bulk orders. I was doing magnets for businesses. And I felt like I could get even better results. It was good money. It always was good money. It wasn't, oh, I can do better. I knew I could do even better than what I had. So I needed stronger social media presence for that. Like I mentioned before, I already had my Instagram account from, the years back. So I did have some following there. And I didn't post in years. It was a dead account. So what I did, well, I started with my personal account. I've been, posting TikToks here and there, kind of testing waters. I spent a lot of time on TikTok. I spent hours daily on TikTok because I treat it as my job. I'm trying to figure out what is trending. I'm trying to figure out why people are liking certain videos, why this goes viral, why not this goes viral. So I kind of started testing waters with my personal account, and I went viral quite a few times for no reason. It was just little videos. I would never think those would go viral, but they did. And at some point, and I think I got like a few million views per video. And at some point last summer, I went to Barcelona for my vacation, and I took a video and posted on TikTok, and it went crazy viral. It went, I think it got 16 million views. And this video got stolen and restolen by other accounts without giving me credit, which upset me a lot. So I thought, if other people make money off of me, I can do that for myself. So at that moment, I thought, you know what? I don't care what happens, going to happen. I'm just going to go and I will start posting every single day. I posted 2-3 times a day. And the things I posted, some of them are privated because I had to see what's going to blow up. And I think it took me about a month before the first video got like a few million views. And that what jump started my TikTok account. I started reposting the same videos on Instagram, which is, TikTok and Instagram, they have a little different audiences. So I would change a little wording for Instagram rather than from TikTok, or I would keep videos that are very TikTok niche on TikTok side only. So, and that's how it started. And people got, and it was September, October, November. So it was right before Christmas season. And I got insane following. I got insane attention, which is I'm so appreciative of to this day. And that's what I'm working on. Like right now, my social media is my main focus.
Absolutely. And it's stunning to me, just your knowledge of TikTok and like how things go viral and how often you found success in getting things to go viral.
It is, it's so interesting and I keep telling that to people who want to go viral or people who want to start their business and start promoting themselves on TikTok. I go, you cannot enter a market and not without knowing your audience. You just cannot do that. You have to play by their rules. There are a few accounts on TikTok, Duolingo. Do you know that account? Or Dr. Miami? They are hilarious. People follow them for their they may not ever, consider plastic surgery, or they don't need Duolingo. They are not planning on learning a new language. But if at some point in your life you'll feel like, oh, I would maybe need to use French, maybe I need to learn some French, that's the first account that will pop on your mind. It's just how it works. And the strong social media is so important. It may not be important tomorrow because we don't know. We just have to kind of play by the rules right now. But as of today, it is so important. And I tell everyone, I know I was like that. I didn't treat TikTok seriously. I didn't register my account. Oh my God. I think I registered it only 3 years ago. So, and I think it was super popular in 19 and 20. It is popular now, but the peak was 2020 during pandemic, and I didn't have that then because I thought it's like kids social media. And right now I'm talking to people like, oh, you have no idea. You have no how strong of social media it is. Not only TikTok, but also Instagram Reels. And they can help you get your business to the heights you never knew existed, or they can tear you down. It's just the way it goes. And yeah, just treat it like your job. That's how I treat it. I cannot, if before I would like go scroll because I was like, I don't know, I don't want to do anything and I will go scroll. Right now, I have to go scroll. I'm scrolling for 2-3 hours and I get tired a lot, but I have to do it. I have to I watch a lot of small business accounts. I watch what they do, what goes viral for them, even if it's not related. Most of the cases, actually, I do watch accounts that are not related to my business, just to understand how that works. It's like a formula. It's literally just a formula. You just watch them. Why did you stop at this particular video? Yourself, what made you look through the whole entire video? What was the hook on this video? Why it got 5 million likes? It is so fascinating though. So fascinating.
So I used to think that going viral was kind of just like, it wasn't something you could make happen. It just happened. But what I've learned from talking to people like you and others that have found social media success, it's like, no, you can learn how to make things go viral.
Yeah.
So would you say like anyone out there that wants to build a following for either themselves or for their business, like they can make it happen just by putting in the work and learning kind of the formula, as you mentioned?
Yeah, you can definitely. So there are videos that go viral and you don't know why. And the reason, like, people will let you know why you went viral. People will comment, will let you know. And sometimes it's like, oh, I didn't even, notice that. But yes, there is like a term. It's called a hook. So basically something in the first, second, third seconds of the video, if you didn't grab attention of your viewer with this hook, it's not going to go viral. So it can be something like a writing on your screen, like something on your screen, or something that you say, or, even people were saying, I never tried that before, but when the girls do their like get ready with me videos and they put lipstick on, for some reason our brains work this way that it's like we almost got caught in the middle of the action. So we have to keep watching. So in my case, if you look through my account, most of my hooks are money related. So I post a lot about earnings. I post a lot about, how much money I made through, through one viral video, or how much money I made through the weekend. And it's, people don't like that conversation that much. People don't.
Americans have such a weird relationship with money.
And that is so interesting because one of the things that made me do what I do on social media is those posts, people posting about amounts of money they made. And I don't care if those may be fake. I know some people fake their numbers. I don't care. It was enough for me to get inspired and keep doing. And that's what I do. Well, my numbers are real, but that's what I do. And what I like about now my numbers is sometimes they're low, and I'm going to show that they're low, and that will open up the conversation in comments. And then from there, I see and I analyze the comments and I see what people are interested in, what they want to see. And they actually help me to kind of shape my future content. I'm getting a lot of nasty comments. I'm getting a lot of really, really good, encouraging comments. And I'm going to use all of them. I'm going to take the nastiest comment I got and I'm going to pin it. And I'm going to create, it's petty. And I'm going to create a new video. And this new video is going to make me more views, which will make me earn more. So I'm not, I'm not going to block. I'm not going to clean the mess after those people. I'm not going to block them. I'm going to use it in my advantage. And that helps. That helps a lot. Just like following by what your audience tells you.
Absolutely. You've talked all day about these awesome products and your amazing content that you put on TikTok. So 2-part question. 1, where do I go to check out these awesome magnets? And then 2, what is the TikTok account that I need to follow?
Okay, so my website is heart, as in heart, printed.com. That's the website. And my Instagram is heart printed. My TikTok is my heart printed. It's a little bit different.
Awesome. And we'll link to all of those in the show notes. Is there anything I didn't ask you about today that you think would resonate with our audience?
No, I think you covered pretty much everything.
Awesome. I cannot thank you enough for coming on and really diving into the virality stuff. That was super interesting to me, and I hope that our audience also enjoyed it. Thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you, Chase. Thank you so much.
We can't thank our guests enough for coming on the show and sharing their knowledge and journey with us. We've got a lot to think about and potentially add into our own businesses. You can find all the links in the show notes. You can subscribe to the newsletter at honestecommerce.co to get each episode delivered right into your inbox. If you're enjoying this content, consider leaving a review on iTunes. That really helps us out. Lastly, if you're a store owner looking for an amazing partner to help you get your Shopify store to the next level, reach out to Electric Eye at electriceye.io/connect. Until next time.